Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. This is Tracy from Color Me This, and we are working on episode 81, which is a daily color, where I color for 45 minutes. We are working on this mushroom house, and today I'm going to do the floral and leaf elements and see how far we can get into the house elements, though I am not sure we'll be able to get all of it done. And I am going to start with some greens here. I have a variety of color options based on a yellow green and then kind of a blue green. I have a very hard time reading these numbers. They are very difficult, so we'll see how I can do. It does help when I put my glasses on, which I do have right here. I hope everyone is having a good week. 739 is the dark. I won't read the name because I can't see it. 729 and 182. And what with all these small leaves, I've got a little mock-up of the how to vary the colors somewhat. So we'll see if I can stick to my little diagram that I have here off to the side. And the ivy is going to be this color tone. Let me get my colors in my hand correctly. We are using the Luminance pencils, which has been quite fun. They are a very nice, professional, light, fast pencil set. In the last episode, I did talk about pricing, but I can revisit that again. This will be from memory. I had them on a piece of paper here. So these are on Blick right now, $3.84 per pencil. And you can get the full set of 100 for $3.70 on Blick. And I ended up purchasing mine in two chunks because I've had them, the 76 I had for many years, and then they came out with a portrait set, I believe they called it, of an additional 24. So I bought those separately, and I've also had those for a while. I have not even swatched them on my current paper. I have swatched them on a variety of my paper mediums that I use for professional portraits. And I think I also put them on craft for my traveler's journal, which I've actually done. A very old hibiscus. It was a stamped image that I then colored with these. So I went ahead and did a craft mock-up. They go really well on the colored papers. I'm doing this a little different today. I notice I always tend to go with the light to dark, but the way they ended up in my hand, it was easier to pull the dark to light. They have, again, a drier feel to them. They do not feel buttery soft, which is interesting because I've watched other videos where people even claim that these are softer than Prismas. And I don't find that to be the case. I actually think they are more like their cousins, the Pablos. And they have a nice chunky feeling barrel that is a matte finish, so it's not, doesn't have a glossy painted feel to them like the Polychromos or the Holbeins, and they've got a thick core that you're working with. And so I have not sharpened to a sharp point as of yet. Oops, and I missed doing one of these. base of the leaves. And I will tell you, on the copy paper, and I'll put this as a note to talk about on the weekly update when I will share with you my mock-up that I did. They do not color easily on copy paper. They don't. So this nice, lovely look that you see here was very easy to achieve. And I just left my mock-up pretty light on the copy paper, where other mock-ups that I have done, it was really easy to get the colors to fill in the tooth. So something about that tooth these pencils did not like. So I will share that all. Hopefully I will remember, because I don't have anything to write a little note about that to be able to demonstrate. And the reason why I don't do it today is that I'm trying not to spend a lot of time talking. I'm supposed to be coloring for 45 minutes, and the previous episode, the first part of this, I actually talked quite a bit about the pencils first, mainly because I don't have a walkthrough to point you guys to, since I have not done a walkthrough of these. At some point I will get through my walkthroughs, all of my products, but that's always a moving target because I keep buying more. So that is my, the dark ones. So I could go up to what I'm gonna do. There are some leaves, like these little continuation of the ivy up here. I will do in the blue tone. To be consistent. And here's where these are so tiny that I really do feel the need to sharpen these. So let's take a look. I might not have pointed out I think I did, the super long tip that you get because these are such a big core. I think I broke one tip yesterday, I guess it was, the last episode. So you do, though they are a nice, for me, a firm core, you can break them off. So I am getting down here. I'm kind of far away. So we will see. I can clean it up later. I did have to go through after I finished coloring these, and I had to erase a lot because that burgundy was going to stain and I wanted to get it off immediately. So that made it nice and simple. I'm going to go ahead and do this echinacea plant. I don't know what color their leaves are, but for variation's sake, I will do that on the light side. And then we're going to see, I have to go into this. This was one leaf that did not have a darker base. I will give these a little bit of a dark base. And then I don't even know if it's worth trying to put a little spot of dark on the tiny ivies up here. So one of the things about using I used the buff titanium up here is that see how it makes the vines gray? That is one of the reasons why I prefer making my own copies using the draft grayscale, so that my lines are softer. I am not fond of heavy black lines. I would rather the artwork be sort of in the background. I'm also going to put some of this bluey green on these bell skinny flowers. Probably should only go halfway on at least a few of these. Get back my light color out here. there's enough leaf here to give it a two-tone look. All right, now I am finished for the moment. Oh, I see one more. Here's an ivy look right here. I think at this point I'm flip-flopping. I did not notice these up here as ivy, but I notice, and this is an ivy, so these I did in a green, yellow green. So hopefully this will look a little bit better than my mock-up. I'm gonna rotate my Lazy Susan, which I love. I just think it works so well. I have a range of the greens from Apple Green. I really like a little bit of a brighter green to go with the mossy color greens. So I have 470, 212, and 225. I also noted that the original set that I have is silver, and the new 24 set, not only is it white, the wood is a little bit lighter colored. And it feels like these silver ones have a coating, and the white ones, so there's one white one in the middle, feels like it has less of a finish going on. So let's get started out, and that is going to be too fat of a core, so I'm sharpening these. These two are already sharp, so just this light green. What is this called? Spring green. See how that's a little cracked on the end? These are a slightly crumbly. Yeah, see, so it's gonna, I might sharpen it to a stiffer point. I will say, so if these are a little crumbly, these have been in my trailer in extreme hot and cold. So here when I sharpened it, I'm going to actually see if that breaks off. Yeah. If they are crumbly, I do take full responsibility for the fact that in my trailer, stuffed in the back corner for maybe 3 or 4 years, I can't remember now, but long enough that they might have become somewhat brittle from the extremes in temperature. Our trailer has been all the way down into, weather-wise, temperature-wise, in Arizona. We were in the teens. At home in Washington State, we were in the teens. We're in like snowstorms. And so that trailer has definitely been through some extremely hot and extremely cold weather. And I am not sure if there are any weather temperature constraints to pencils, even the professional ones. If anybody knows, let me know. All right, so let's go with one darker. This one is 225. We have spent the last 2 days doing yard work. The lawn is taken care of, the watering is taken care of, but the plants and actually the edging that they do, I've noticed, we both have noticed, that the edging that they focus on is on the side where the front door is. So they do a really nice job of keeping the grass off the edge, and they do an edger with a vertical, you know, the grass is like some sort of a really hardy, it's not Washington State looking grass, it's something different, which I am not familiar with, but it grows and it actually gets long tendrils. And on the other side, which is the side where the port is and the trailer lives under the port, they put some cement, it's kind of a snaky looking edging, and then there's this lovely tan round, kind of river rock looking, but it's light colored. Very desert-like looking. And they don't edge that side. So Hub yesterday totally got distracted while he was doing some weed killing, which is a constant battle here. As you can imagine, everything loves to grow here and grows quite prolifically and quite fast. So I am done with all of, you see the two tones, the bluey green and then the lime green. So I'm going to go up here and all of the flowers are going to get that olivey yellow-green tone. I might vary of the three tones I have, I might not make all of them go very light. I might go with medium and dark, so with, less and more, kind of some variations. So this is the middle green. So he had bought an edger, just a manual one, and he edged everything for us. And then I tackle the hedges. We've got two big hedges. One is a privacy hedge on the screen room side, so that you don't stare at the neighbor's side of their house. And it works out really well. We did grow it out taller, I should say. And then on the other side of the house, the hedge is short, and I notice that I'm letting it grow. I'm staring at it through our shutters and our windows over here. So I could chop it back even more, but for now I chopped it down at the same height that I did last time. So that is something we do twice a year, is take care of the outside. Other than that, we don't really have a lot of plants. We have one palm tree and one white flowering bush right next to the palm tree that we would like to get rid of and replace it with a bird of paradise. I got a quote. I would rather just get either some small ones or get some from a neighbor if they happen to be pulling them up. We have a garage sale Facebook group that if people are getting rid of stuff or want to sell stuff, they will post a notice. And I am keeping my eyes out for birds of paradise. I have to look up how easy they are to transplant. Can I get starts from somebody? I wanted two kinds of plants. I wanted bromeliads in light green, and I ended up inheriting 3 pots of them. 2 of the pots, they're very big pots. 2 of them are light green, the color that I want to plant around the palm tree, and I could get rid of the bush now, leave a space for the bird of paradise, and then I think I'm done with the greens here. So greens are all in place. Maybe that one needs a little more work. So moving on to the floral colors. I do have a couple of interesting colors to try and manage. So let's see. So I've got the greens off to the right of me now, in case I need to pull them back in. And I am going to, and I see, it's so funny. This does not look as white as it looks through the camera. So let me make sure I have put down enough color. That is very interesting. Very bright. So I might tone that down on my own. We're going to do yellow centers for the flowers, and then there is one that is going to get an orange-ish to rust center. go ahead and edge that one in the orange. And then I've got rust. So 065, it's called russet. I can actually read that now. And the orange is, ironically, orange 030. I will put all of the colors in the description. And this is echinacea, which has an orange echinacea or cornflower. So I'm going to go ahead and put this russet color, and then I have one darker color to go, which is 066. It's a natural russet. And I'm able to knock back that orange a little bit with some of this natural russet. And that's all I need on those two. And then I have to grab, I've got yellow. I think there's a lemon yellow, a yellow. Is this a lemon? Oh no, medium cadmium yellow 520. And this I will go ahead and start, but to me it's very lemon yellow. But I have a darker yellow to come back through. So with my family coming, I wanted to get the shrubs done, and that way it needed to be done anyway. And the place looks nice. And I have, compared to last year, we had only been here a few months when they came to visit. So now this year, we have a lot more plants. Okay, so I'm gonna do this crazy color combination just for fun of this flower. We'll see how it goes. I'm using this apricot color. Oh, it's called apricot, 41. So I'm just gonna scribble a little bit of apricot along the middle. I then want this darker yellow. Did I tell you what the darker yellow is? It is golden bismuth yellow, 820. It's one of the old colors because it has silver on it. And I'm going to do yellow for this sunflower. Do I have any other yellow? Oh no, and I missed one more of the apricot. I'm going to be trying to come up with some clever coloring since we have lots and lots of flowers to go through in this book. All right, 2 apricot flowers, 1 yellow that I'm going to grab the orange again, 030. I am now going to grab, oh, that's interesting. What's this? We have, oh boy, it's a pink, 571. And I don't know if it really is so small that it makes a difference. This was sitting over by the blues, which makes me suspicious about whether I used the apricot or that pink. I am going to add some fun coloring. This is a light blue called 661 Cobalt Blue, which is usually darker than this. It's sort of periwinkle. Looks like I missed a tiny leaf there. I don't know how crazy I can get with these little tiny flowers, but I'm going to try. The next blue that I want to pop in with is Genuine Cobalt Blue, 662. So I am trying to get in right around the yellow centers with this dark blue on all of the flowers except the sunflower. Then one of these flowers, one of the little ones, I want to go one darker, just for a little more variety. And the third blue that I have is 660, which is middle cobalt blue. So this is, to me, a cobalt blue. And it is not sharp enough for these little tiny flowers. I also forgot that I have these bellflowers I want blue. We'll have this one be the darker. And that guy is going to be left white. So now I want to go back in with the either the peach or apricot. Yes, apricot 41. And I might tweak that a little bit more when I can get closer to it, because like I said, it's kind of far away. All right, the echinacea. What have I got for the echinacea? I believe 115, a very long name, purple. I think I've already tried to pronounce this from the swatch sheet. Quinacridone purple. And let's see, is this, well, I want this to be darker, yes. I'm going to try to get away with not having to sharpen this. And then I have that pink. Where is that pink? Is that what I want? I mean, I can do a mix of the... I think the pink that these are is more of a violet pink, not this peachy pink. And I do have a blue. This is a brighter blue for the bottom half of these little bells. Okay, and then the last little bit, and we're gonna just we're gonna motor right on over to the it's a pink of this light purple. See if I can get this more coneflower-esque looking. All right, so that is one colored mushroom. Colored with the Luminance. They're a very nice pencil to use. I'm not letting myself think about the expense of them at this point for this small image. I am now going to start taking mainly the burgundies and the browns in the spots, and that's most of what I'm going to do here. I will also be doing, and I could start with it, all of these windows are going to be lit up nicely. trying not to go over the lines as much as possible. What time are we at? We're at 30 minutes. Nice. I might be able to get this house mostly done. I have not decided on the background. This is going to be somewhat dependent on whether I do a dark background or not. I might even hold off on that until further down the road in this book to decide to come back. I've got 3 browns. These are the ones that did the mushroom spots. They have already been nicely sharpened, and these colors are, if I flip them the way I keep presenting them to you guys, it looks like 2 of them are whites, so they're new, and then this is a very light stamp compared to the dark brown. Okay, 842, 902, and 748. Let's see if I can read the names. The top one is Dark Flesh, 748. The middle one is Sepia, 10%. And the bottom one is very, very faint. It is Raw Umber, 10%. So, I'm going to do some outlining of the shingles. I'm going to just, I haven't really, I've made the light source the very front of the mushroom. So I suppose that would mean that I should be doing the sides of these for the darks. And maybe not, I could go do underneath. And then for the edges, I don't typically like to outline. But because my light source is the center, I'm kind of forced to do that. Okay, so let's do a little more shaping of the colors. I might even go in through the center here and add with an eraser. I also see that I missed 2 of these. I'm using the middle color. Again, I'm not close. I'm pretty far away. You guys actually have a better close-up view than I do. So I'm doing similar to how I did the front highlight on the mushroom. And I actually should be, this should not be white because we have this lip that the sun isn't necessarily in the front. So let's correct that. Come up here. And again, I might do some erasing of the center when I do some cleanup. Okay, so that's one roof element done, and I might want to add little bit more dark on the sides, like so. And now I'm going to do a similar process to the other roof that's like that roof. Grab the middle one. All right, so those are the roof elements. I can see this one better. I'm going to, oops, that's my finger. I'm going to straighten this up. You guys have been crooked this whole time. Sorry about that. I might have changed my angle at some point. All right. I think this part of the roof will also be the tan. And then these sideways elements will be, everything is so close. I have to color block. The trim color pieces are going to be this lightest color. I will add a little bit of the other colors, but I'm just blocking in for the moment. I've got the light source in the center here, so I'll try to have that denoted. These are stone, and I will vary them somewhat as much as I can. All right, now these vertical lines are going to also vary, alternating. I am going to leave the alternating white for now, and I'm going to go grab the middle color pretty quickly so that I can not lose track. Oops, sorry. My goodness. Trying to get you guys still so you don't get seasick. we go. At least this way I can see which ones I have set up. I'm getting quiet as I am concentrating on blocking in my colors. All right, dark, going in with the dark. Give us some depth here of there being some white outer bits. Some shadows here. See the little bits of grass? Have to remember to color those in. Switching to the middle brown. I didn't even tell you what this dark brown was. This is the Dark Flesh 748 that I just finished doing. And now I'm back to that middle tone. All right, and then my last bit to do, we're at 46 minutes. I would love to go 5 minutes longer and see if I can put in the color of the house. Let's just see what we can do. I've done a lot of shortened versions and haven't gone over lately, so I'm making the executive decision. I have $5.99, which is aubergine, crimson aubergine, which is the first of the darker colors. Going to block in what we're going to do here with the dark. I have a total of 4 of these burgundies going into the pink. I'm going to leave the slats in between white for now. Alright, so that's blocked in the darks. Have to get those greens. Hope there's even any room left for a little green. I'm going to leave that white for now, and then these slats are going to be white in between. Okay. The next color in our scheme of reds, $5.89, and it's crimson alizarin. Oh boy, I think that, I don't know what that says. Hue, I believe, is what that says. And it could be sharper. So hopefully you guys can see all this coming together. Then I'll try to lighten this edge up. I have not picked colors for the flag. That might be a surprise. I might do that on my own time and show that to you in the weekly review. That is not sharp enough. Such small spaces. All right, we're at 53 minutes. I am going to call it. So I will do some more finishing touches. I might, in the first couple of minutes of the next episode, where we've got 6 houses to deal with, and I have already made a game plan. We're going with the Holbein. That's why I got a few more Holbeins so that I had enough to be able to do these 2 houses. Right below that is going to be Prang, because that's next on the economical pencil list. And the Holbein is not next on the list. I want to do Holbein to Prang so we have a good comparison and contrast. And then the next below the Prang is the Spirerfarben for the bottom 2. So that's my game plan. I'm going to finish working here, but I will bid you guys adieu until tomorrow. So do all the YouTube things, like, share, comment, and subscribe. And we will do this all again tomorrow when we get to do more houses, and we will be using Holbein. We will see you then.